How can we say that today's story is about the one who escapes from the jail every time, no matter how much security is there? This is the story of Japan's most dreaded prisoner, Suzuki, who is currently serving his sentence in Japan's most high-security jail. After the guard on checking duty left, Suzuki suddenly smiled and took out one of his teeth. After some time, the guards came again for checking, but this time Suzuki had escaped. They suspected someone's presence there, but Suzuki was also not a novice. He hid here and there, avoiding the light without making any sound. When the guard checked the isolation cell again, he understood that Suzuki had escaped. He immediately called the rest of the guards, and within no time a crowd gathered there. When Suzuki was running from the roof, the jail sirens started ringing loudly. Suddenly, heavy rain started, and we are shown the backstory. 12 years ago, some prisoners were brought to a jail. One of them was Suzuki, who had come there to serve his sentence for 10 years. Because he never spoke anything, everyone believed him, that he is probably dumb. He also had an upside-down tattoo of Mount Fuji on his chest. Suji was famous for escaping from jail even at that time, and had done so 3 times till now. After this, Suji was brought to a small room where there was only a skylight. He looked at the skylight carefully, and something was definitely going on in his mind. The guard outside told the jail warden, Mr. Kahani Marasi, that Suzuki will not be able to escape this time, but as soon as he looked through the window, Suzuki had already disappeared. The warden gave orders to surround the whole city so that Suzuki could not escape under any circumstances, but the guards caught him in 20 minutes. It is not known why Suzuki was running straight on the railway track. After this, he was again imprisoned in the same room, but this time he had handcuffs on his hands. When a guard looked inside, Suzuki was sleeping with a sheet over his face. In anger, he asked Suzuki to remove the sheet because he did not want to take any chance that when he did not remove the sheet, even after being told repeatedly, he would not be able to escape. When he was removed, the guards together beat him badly. Next morning, the warden took out all the old records of Suzuki. After reading them carefully, he found out that whenever he escapes from the dry lake, he is always caught on the railway track. At night, the warden went out to chat with the guards. He was surprised to reach Suzuki's cell because he had somehow opened the handcuffs. In anger, he beat him and asked how he could keep the handcuffs open and how did he courier bundles here. But like always, Suzuki Chopra was beaten up badly once again. One day, Suki was playing with a small wire, which he somehow hid and brought inside the jail. The question arises that, how did he bring this wire inside? He hid it in his mouth and did not move around. With the help of this, he used to open his handcuffs. After a few days, the warden went to his home on a week's leave. Now Suzuki had a great chance to escape. He used his strength and tried to open the lock. Soon a grandmaster came there for checking. He opened the blinds and saw that Suzuki was again sleeping with his handcuffs covered. But in Palgar, he went away without saying anything. But the reality was that Suzuki was not inside at all. He was sitting stuck to the roof like a lizard. He was waiting for the right opportunity to escape from the jail. After Gat left, he slowly reached the top. He punched the last spot on the roof and escaped from there. When Korya came to know, he immediately rang the siren. The warden was also informed, and he immediately left for the channel. The next morning, the police were making a plan to catch Suzuki. When the warden also reached there, he said that leaving all the plants, send only one team to the nearby railway tracks. The officers also thought, hey, the warden has become old. His mind has gone crazy. He is not mad. He will go to the same place every time. But when the warden assured them that he is 100% sure that Suzuki will be found there, then they believed him and sent the team, and his words turned out to be true. Suzuki was caught once again on the railway tracks. Does he become Chacha Choderi in Getting Out of the Heart? Assistant? His mind is faster than a computer. What happens later? This is because, due to the intelligence of the warden, Suzuki was caught and pleased with his work. He was promoted. Now he had become a big officer who used to go to all the districts of the country and check the condition of the prisoners. On the other hand, Suzuki escaped once again and was caught again on the tracks. Every year he was sent to a new jail, which had more tight security, but he used to escape from everywhere. This is why the media gave him the title of Star Fugitive, and he became famous all over the country. After 12 years, he was brought to the central jail. Here he was under tight security because 10 guards were standing just to keep an eye on him. His room was also made completely of cement, and there were many locks on the door. This is the same isolation ward which we saw in the beginning of the story. After being put in, Suzuki looked around. He was once again ready to escape. A guard brought food and kept it in his cell, but before he could do so, Suzuki caught him and handcuffed him. The guard immediately blew the whistle, due to which many more guards reached there and beat him up and made his condition very bad. When Suzuki regained consciousness, he saw the guards leaving the door. Blood was dripping from his face onto the iron bars. The next morning, the guards gave him some more screwdrivers to fix his handcuffs so that he could not open them. Before he could do any more maintenance on his body, Suzuki left. This is how Suzuki's days were passing. He would deliberately mess with God. He would hit him, and then his blood would spill on the iron bars. One day, God hit him so hard that his tooth broke and fell off. But Suzuki picked him up and started smiling strangely upon seeing him. It seemed as if all this was a part of his plan. After this, Suzuki started making something on the wall with his teeth. After a few weeks, Suzuki attacked another guard. This time, he was given the most dangerous punishment. They tied him to a long chain and hung him on it. 1 year passed and Sunao was still serving his sentence. His condition had become very bad. His body had started rotting, and worms had started growing on his wounds. Finally that evening, the guards came and opened his chains. After a whole year, he felt relieved. On the other hand, the old warden, Mr. Ka, came to check the situation. He went to the isolation cell and saw that Suzuki's condition was very bad, but he ignored it and went from there. After this, the same night came from where the story had started. When lightning started to strike outside, Suzuki executed his plan. He took out his tooth and started opening the pages of the handcuffs. Actually, Suzuki did not make anything on the wall with his teeth. Rather, he was sharpening it by rubbing it so that paint could be applied by using it. After getting free from the officers, he went to the door and started pushing the iron bars. Due to the continuous bleeding, the iron rods had become loose. In a few moments, the bars broke and Suzuki escaped from the jail. After this, Suzuki's birth story was told by himself that his mother had died as soon as he was born, and his father was rotting in the jail. That is why he was practicing in the forest on a day off at his relative's house. He saw a man coming from a distance. It was none other than his father. They talked for some time, and then he put a knife on his father's chest. Saw a tattoo of Fuji. Unfortunately, soon some policemen arrived there who wanted to catch Suzuki's father. Seeing this, Suzuki started running straight on the railway track. Suzuki swore that one day he will definitely meet his father. In the present time, Suzuki escaped and was once again running on the tracks. Mishra called out to him from behind to stop, and the surprising thing was that he stopped. In a short while, a team of guards came and caught him and took him away. Even the most tight security jail of the country could not stop Suzuki. So Mr. Kahani Mudra gave orders to send him to the most dangerous prison administration on earth. Present jail was not like any ordinary jail. It was built in the middle of the sea where there was a continuous strong current, and most importantly, there was no railway track at all. And the sea was full of branches, so it was absolutely impossible to escape from there. The conditions inside the jail were also equally dangerous. There were thousands of gats all around the jail, and if any prisoner tried to escape, he would be shot on sight. When Suzuki reached there, he was immediately locked in his cell. It was not a room, but some rods which were tied around Suzuki's body in such a way that he could not escape at all. On the other hand, Kahani Moran went to the jail library and started to find information about Suzuki. On searching, he found some old files which he started reading. Suzuki was standing in the jail with concentration, although it was impossible for the rest of the people to escape from there. But something was going on in Suzuki's mind. Suddenly, he dislocated both his shoulders and started to slowly come out of that small space by shrinking. A prisoner saw him doing this, but he was so drunk that he could not say anything. On the other hand, Kahani Moran was still doing his research when the sirens of the jail started ringing. However, instead of getting worried, the jail warden became happy because there was no way to escape from there. On top of that, today all the guards would get a chance to shoot a prisoner. For a minute, Panipur tried to explain to him that Suzuki was not an ordinary prisoner, but the warden did not listen to him. The matter was ignored. The next morning, several guns were spread all over the island. The warden was explaining something to his men when Mishra reached the island. He told the warden that Suzuki has actually found his father, and he is imprisoned on silent. Everyone was stunned to hear this, and then Suzuki's reality was revealed. Actually, whatever had happened till now was all a part of Suzuki's plan. He was repeatedly escaping from the jail and getting caught deliberately so that the present could finally reach you. His real motive was to free his father. Finally, Suzuki met his father and both of them cried a lot after seeing each other after so many years. Unfortunately, Mr. Kahani was coming there with the warden and the rest of the guards, but before they could reach, Suzuki disappeared with that old man. Suzuki brought his father to the shore of Ireland. He had already prepared a paraglider there. Both of them got on the paraglider and flew away. On the other side, Mr. Kahani tried to talk to an old man. Suzuki was imprisoned along with his father when he saw a tattoo of Mafiji on the chest of that man, which simply meant that even after so many years of hard work, Suzuki ran away with the wrong man. Now no one can have a worse fate than this. Can you bear so many troubles for your father? Do tell us in the comments.